We're going to be focusing today on the first writing assignment, which is why our memory fails us and the analysis of that. So we'll click on Edit to bring up the assignment. Okay, here we see the very beginning of it. We can see that it's saved as pending. If we scroll down the right-hand side, we see it's under El Rabea and Team 10, so it's properly allocated. When you're first starting, you may have some that are uncategorized and need to be moved over. So let's talk about how we analyze the assignment. As you get used to this, you'll be looking at so many essays that you'll know right away what to do. I'm going to start with kind of an overview of how you might approach the situation. One of the things that you'll be provided with, along with a grade book, are some notes that you can insert into each assignment. So let's take a look at what some of those are. All right, so some of the things that students should be doing are stating the thesis in the first sentence. That is part of the assignment. Secondly, they should be relating the assignment to the rhetorical triangle. It's not simply enough to talk about the assignment. They need to do that. So here we identify instances where they describe things like using facts for logos or emotions for pathos and show that they should be using the term use of pathos. We want to compliment students when they do a good job, so we offer the good point. We also want to tell them to analyze rather than summarize. The goal is not to restate what's in the article, but to tell how it's being used from the rhetorical triangle standpoint. And then this one, the third of this, analyze rather than express personal opinion. When a student says, I think this or I think that, we're not interested in their personal opinion. We want them to analyze using the rhetorical triangle, and in fact, that is their opinion. Later in the essay, the students are required to analyze what the commenters are saying about the article, and again, those people should be using the rhetorical triangle. And here, more of a structural issue, they should separate topic sentences with paragraphs. So now let's go back to the assignment. All right, the fact that our memory fails us is not a new concept at the beginning. For example, and it kind of goes on and on and on. It gets into this whole thing where this part right here, we can underline, or more easily, just simply note by saying analyze rather than express personal opinion. What I do is copy, go to the article, paste that comment, and then to make sure the individual sees it, highlight that with red text. And here you can see on the screen that analyze rather than express personal opinion is now highlighted, and it relates to what was previously stated. All right, so you will notice that now there's some misspelling in here. Misspellings matter, so you should note those. And finally, now in the second paragraph, the student starts to talk about the article, and he keeps going on and on. All right, so at this point, you'll notice that the student has not said anything involving the rhetorical triangle, hasn't explained the use of ethos, pathos, or logos. All right. There's a little bit of analysis here, but it's not related to the rhetorical triangle. Further, he starts to get into a certain thing where Dr. Tyson owned his own mistake and apologized for it, which in this case would be a use of pathos. All right. The next paragraph now basically restates what was in the article. Moreover, the article doesn't focus solely on Tyson and Bush, gives different examples, and it keeps going on in research. So at this point, what we would do is we would go get the comment that says analyze rather than summarize. And we put it right at the end of the paragraph. And once again, we would highlight it in red. Now, the student does the part of here in the last paragraph mentioning the comments. That's required. Some students stop at the very beginning and only analyze the article. Once again, what we don't have is an analysis using the rhetorical triangle. So, here's a comment. My favorite part of his comment reads blah, blah, blah. So once again, what we would do is we would choose analyze rather than express personal opinion. Insert that and highlight it in red. All right. Then we see the next sentence. They do mention the fact that New York Times editors generally added stark difference to the other comment sections around the web. So let's review. This article expresses no analysis of the rhetorical triangle. The student seems to have just read it without doing anything to reference the use of logos, pathos, or ethos. In fact, what we have is opinion in the first paragraph, summary in the second paragraph, some more summary in the third paragraph, mention of the comments, which is worthwhile, in the fourth paragraph, but that's about it. So in the next video, we're going to get to how we would grade this assignment.